Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between Diestar versus Roof here on Antigua Shipyard. And Roof opening up with a good luck, have fun. And we'll see whether or not Diestar will be able to does respond with a good luck, have fun, good luck. So he is responding with a have fun, good luck as well. And we'll see what comes of this matchup. Roof in game 1 of the series, if you guys didn't watch it, pretty entertaining match. I won't spoil it for you. Just go ahead and watch, and hopefully I won't spoil any of the matchups. I'm trying to remember to watch my games in order as I watch them. So then again, it feels like I'm watching them with you. Overlord now making its way out, and will be able to scout out his opponent in just a moment. Most likely we'll have a refinery here or here by the time it gets there. And Diestar should be able to establish up his second base a little bit more easily this time around, as compared to the last game, as we see what Roof will also be going for as well. Roof should be able to establish up his hatchery as well without that Hellion harassment that we saw in the first game, getting up a lot of Hellions by Diestar. We'll see if Diestar uses the same strategy or decides to change it up, as we are going into a barracks. So barracks now coming into play. None of this gas before racks, a strategy that I sometimes see against a Zerg player, as we now see an Overlord starting to float its way in. It will be able to spot the minerals glowing, and then it may decide to turn around. SCV looks like it is going to be adding a supply depot over here, and with that, it means that Diestar is not going to be going for any early tech whatsoever. The Overlord does spot it. The SCV does come over here. It does spot the Overlord of Roof, and very nice timing by Diestar for Diestar to know at the 2-minute 30-second mark to scout out this side and this position here. So Roof pretty much parking himself off to the side, knows exactly where Diestar is, as a drone now going to make his way up, and an SCV going to make its way over as well. Roof does have a hatchery. It is about halfway completed at this moment, as we now see the drone unable to really get inside whatsoever. The drone could try to get some damage on the supply depot, but Marine is going to quickly make its way out and shoot down that drone if it stayed too long. I imagine the command center will be added here in just a moment, training up another SCV, calling in a mule, and now Diestar should be able to expand pretty easily inside his home. Now Roof is going to have a license to drone now, and this is going to be a problem. A license to drone for a Zerg player is very, very dangerous, as a Zerg player can always outworker you in terms of overall count, especially running off of 2 bases. You can see now getting those queens off of 2 bases. On average, that is about 10 larvae a minute, assuming that you need overlords as well. You can easily train 17 drones a minute, and that is much more than a Terran player or a Protoss player can off of 2 bases, orbital commands, or nexuses, depending on which race you are, obviously. Diestar now finally catching up in that gas game. A Marine going to shoo away that Overlord, but that Marine is not going to be able to really do anything there, as it is just simply patrolling in between those 2 locations. We are going to be getting some bunkers up on the high ground, as a Zergling going to try to run up and then just quickly get shot down there. The Marine's able to shoot it down, but it does spot the bunker, so at least Roof knows that he is not going to be able to bust this anytime soon. Now, the bad news for Roof is that he's not going to be able to really establish this hatchery all too easily. Siege tanks from over here can shoot across this gap, dropping Marines and Marauders down here as well. We'll have those units soften up, as I believe a siege tank here can actually shoot at the gas here. So that shows about the range of a siege tank. Zergling now holding position down over here as well, as there is now a bunker up. We are going to be going into Hellion harassment, as a second barracks now also being added. Harvester count 31 compared to 22. Zerg really able to macro up pretty easily, and this is the problem if you give a Zerg player a license to drone. Currently sitting on only 1 larva, but I believe that spawn larva is going to end in just a second on both sides. So 5 larva, 4 larva. So all of a sudden you may see 9 larva trained up in just a moment, and Roof really not missing any injections, and that is huge in a matchup like this. So 9 larvae ready to go. Zerglings now making their way down, as Roof is going to go ahead and train up another Overlord, get a Baneling's Nest, and could perhaps get a little bit more drones. Or is he going to actually wait for roaches? It looks like he is going to wait for a batch of roaches. Yes, a batch of roaches. So 8 roaches, 16 food already being trained. as the Hellions now make their way out. 32 drones versus 29 SCVs. A little bit of catch-up for Diestar, as Diestar has 2 orbital commands. And the Zerglings were quickly getting toasted there. And now the Zerglings trying to split up, gonna get destroyed in midfield. Down all of them go except for one slightly brown and toasted as it returns home. We are going to have a pack of roaches up on the high ground, and that's going to be bad news for those Hellions. One Hellion already down there, as the roaches are now going to scamper across the field. We should perhaps be getting another round of injections very, very soon, as Roof wants to be able to train up a lot more drones. Hellions now making their way in, but quickly just getting toasted by those toasting those Zerglings, as we are now going to be getting Banelings once more. So Banelings are going to try to walk up this ramp. This front door may get busted. Diestar has a lot of units here, as the roaches are now going to try to push their way up this ramp and now back off. A Zergling does get taken down. A range of 7 on that one Marauder, but I do not believe the Marauders have concussive shells. It does not, as the Banelings are now going to make their way in, getting in some nice splash damage there. Is it going to be enough? Yes, the bunkers do go down, as the roaches are now able to make their way in. Hellions need to be very careful, as the roaches going to just simply walk into this base, finish off some Marauders, and now go after some SCVs. Roaches are now just running rampant through this base. This is bad news for Diestar. Diestar once again in trouble off of this 2-base timing push from Roof. Roof doing a great job, and now it looks as though Diestar is going to perhaps try to fend off this attack. Zerg ever so strong at this stage, as now Roof is just going to, it looks like some Hellions are going to get toasted down. Banelings may be able to make it up the ramp. It's going to be very, very bad here. A couple blasts on that front door, and down it goes. Supply blocked, as Roof is now going to just simply walk inside this base, getting in a lot of damage. Hellions getting destroyed. Zerglings now starting to swarm in from behind, as the SCVs are trying to engage. Zerglings back over here not engaging on the fight. That is going to be a little bit of a benefit. The Zerglings could at least try to take down some of these supply depots as well, as Diestar are now going to try to run up the ramp with some last-minute Zerglings. It looks like the Zerglings are going to join in on the fight a little bit late, with only Hellions to counter them, but a lot of damage has been dealt. 40 Harvesters compared to 28, and wow, Diestar must be hitting his keyboard right now. Very, very upset. But then again, it could have been much worse. Diestar could have lost these supply depots off over here. A pack of Zerglings not doing anything for a very, very long time, as they were just a little bit mismanaged. Production tab shows more roaches, drones, spine crawlers being added. Roof, 43 drones compared to 32 SCVs. We are, fortunately enough for Diestar, Diestar did not lose his all-important orbital command, as the Hellions are now going to try to make another round. We can see that siege tanks can be added, a second tech lab already being added, as well as Diestar is sitting on a large amount of gas. He definitely needs the minerals though, as the Hellions are now going to look for a third base and doesn't spot one. Roaches are now going to engage, and Zerglings may get toasted, as Roof does not have or he does have enough energy for a couple or 1 or 2 creep tumors, missing 1 injection so far, as we now see what an Overseer was quickly taken down. Not quite sure where, no, it's not Overseer, a Changeling was taken down, as now Roof going to lose this hatchery as it's being built. Most likely just going to get canceled over here, as now we are going to see roaches making their way over. You can see that the hatchery taking a lot of damage so far. The roaches, 5 roaches to try to counteract these 6 Hellions. I believe the roaches will win out, especially if they focus fire onto the lower hit point ones first. And this is not going to be a very even engagement at all, as those roaches now just going to park themselves right outside. Spire, the second hatchery now being added, a macro hatch up on the front door, as we now see 5 supply depots and 1 bunker to try to fend off this attack. No siege tech being researched yet, so that may be a bit of a delay, as Diestar now up to 40 SCVs compared to 50 drones. Now, Hellions are coming back around, and Hellions getting off a very nice torch there. And I just missed that. Terran players choosing purple, ever so annoying, as Diestar able to come in, and those 3 Hellions got in a lot of damage here. There's 2 drones kills, there's another 3 drone kills, and getting even further, up to 5 drone kills. so far, and it is now 45 compared to 42. Roof desperately now needs to get some injects and get some more drones up and running. He should have another queen already being trained off of this hatchery, as he's going to have a close hatchery over here. Nope, apparently he is leaving this one hatchery unattended and not training up a queen over here either. Mutalisks are getting added into the air, and Roof now going to be coming in with Mutalisks, but there are 2 missile turrets in position. 1 Mutalisk already down. A second Mutalisk, or 2 other Mutalisks, are very low on hit points. Roaches now being added. No Glio reconstitution, I do not believe. Nope, no Glio reconstitution at all, as we are now hitting some more injects, as there is still, yes, another queen now maintaining that hatchery, and a queen to maintain this hatchery as well. Mutalisks look like they're going to try to get some damage over here. There are a lot of Marines, and the Marines are going to be able to shoo away these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks now being forced to run away, as Diestar is looking to try to fight his way back into this game. Roaches are being added. There are banelings off over here as well. 10 banelings, dealing 800 damage total. I do not believe there's any weapons upgrade on them. No weapons upgrade, as the Mutalisks try to pick off some of those siege tanks out of position. Still no siege tech yet, as those banelings now rolling in, and now here you go. Some of those banelings finding a lot of those Marines, and Marines are getting melted. And now the Mutalisks are going to go and pick off the rest of these Marines here. And this is going to be a very, very bad day, as the sheer number of units of Roof may be too much. And now this front door is completely wide open. Mutalisks going after units. Siege tanks of Diestar now falling apart with not the right counter units. Zergling's going to swarm in, and Mutaling doing its job with the help of some banelings to finish it off. And now going to finish off even more siege tanks as well. So there goes another, as the Mutalisks look like they are just going to get shot out of the sky. More Marines coming in as reinforcements. There you go. Zerglings now coming in as well, as the Mutalisks are still getting taken down. The reinforcements are slowly trickling in from Roof, and this may become a war of attrition. SCVs off the mineral line. Zerglings now coming in as well to engage, and you can see the wave of units on the mini-map still trying to funnel in. Roof with those 4 Mutalisks absorbing a lot of the damage from those Marines, as now we can see the reactor gonna try to get taken down over here. It looks like the SCVs and more Marines are gonna get destroyed. This reactor already down to 100 hit points. Double medevacs now being trained. Marines attempting to stim back in. They are upgraded 1-0, and Diestar looks like he should be able to fend off this attack, but more Zerglings in the mineral line over here as well, finishing off some mules, and now this is not looking good, and there is the leaving of the game by Diestar. So Diestar losing to Roof here on Antigua Shipyard as well. Very, very great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and Roof is just completely opening up my eyes to 2-base timing pushes for Zerg. Most Zerg players really like to drone up, and it really feels like this is a metagame switch where opponents against Zerg, and when they see a Zerg running off of 2 bases, they assume they're going to drone, so that they themselves try to get a very large army, and that's just the power of Zerg. Zerg being able to train up drones or units in the middle from their hatcheries, and that makes them so robust and so dangerous, as you don't know what's going to be coming out of those cocoons 9 times out of 10. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2 in this series.